Hello, I'm Medina County Auditor Mike Lee Kovack, and I want to welcome you to Community Connections. We're very fortunate today to have a Wadsworth High School grad with us, Dr. Gary Riggs. Welcome, and thank you very much for taking the time to spend with us today. One of the things you just recently started, Wild Forever,
yes,
nonprofit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Wild Forever is a nonprofit with the intent to target specific conservation issues that we can get kind of the best bang for the buck, that we can direct money to some problem areas, both locally and then internationally. And we're probably doing about 75% of our work locally with wildlife rehabilitation. We're going to be partnered with the Summit County Metro Parks this year, doing some fundraising for bat conservation. And then we also work internationally, really all over the world. We're trying to touch on some of the kind of the hot button conservation issues and try to do projects where we can encourage education locally and habitat conservation. So when this project, whatever we're funding is over, that everything just doesn't collapse, that there's something left after we're gone. And we've had really good success with some of the education projects, and we're going to be involved with 2 more of those this coming year, one in Panama and one in Cambodia, where we're doing some work to save one of the most endangered species of ducks in the world.
Okay. The bat project, how did that come about, and what really is the problem?
Well, you know, bats are so important to the whole ecosystem, and just recently, you might have heard there's some diseases entering the bat populations, white nose disease, and it's spreading our way, and there's really some concern that we'll lose massive numbers of bats, which could be detrimental to the whole ecosystem. And so we work with the Metro Parks serving Summit County, and they already have some bat programs in place, and there's actually one area where there's a large bat maternity colony, up to 20,000 bats, that is in danger of collapsing. That it's in an old barn that's coming down. So we're going to try to work with them on some fundraisers, raising some money to build a long-standing bat house, a bat propagation facility that will then function to be a reservoir for some of these bats as they're continuing their work, trying to find out how to curb the white nose disease. You know, so many times conservation is a reactive sort of process. Now we see the problem out east. We want to try to react now beforehand, be proactive, and see if we can't save some of these populations.
That sounds like that takes a little bit of money to get some of this work done.
It does.
Doctor.
Yeah, it does.
I imagine being a nonprofit, Wild Forever is doing some fundraising type activities.
Yeah, we are. We're doing a number of them this spring and summer, and then we have ongoing on our website at Wild Forever, and that's wild the number 4 and then ever.com, and you can get in and see some of our work. We have stores where we sell Wild Forever products. We're having a few fundraisers. The first one is bowling for sun bears. Sun bears are something that a lot of us in the group have had a long passion for, and that we've had at the Akron Zoo for years, and that they really, in their native environment, are really just not protected, and the numbers are getting dangerously small. May 16th, we're having a bowling for bears, so you can register. It's a lot of fun. There's raffles, there's food. It's a good time, and just get on. You can sign up on our website. Then we're having our Walk on the Wild Side Pet Walk, which is our 2nd annual one. That's June 13th, and that's from 10 till noon at Silver Creek Metro Park, and that's a lot of fun. We have everyone can bring their pets, or you can just come and walk without your pet to support the issues. We have contests for the pets that show up. We'll have food, prizes, and it's just a lot of fun. And then we're having a second pet walk called Tails on the Trails down with the Metro Parks down on the towpath. That's July 18th. And that's going to also directly help fundraise for the bat project. So that, and if people are really interested in bats, we're having a really unique experience. We call it an immersion excursion, where we're going out to the place where we're going to erect the new bat house, and people can come out. We're going to have campfires, have some food, have a good time, and then watch as it gets dusk. They'll be able to experience these thousands of bats emerging, and you'll be able to get right in the middle of it, and it's really a unique experience. And we're going to have limited numbers that can go to that, but if people are interested, get on our website, contact us, and we'd love to have you there.
I think I may be getting on your website and maybe dragging a 12-year-old boy along with me.
It's a great time.
You always see that on TV, and it's a stunning thing to see on TV. I can't imagine seeing it up close. So, and that's the website again, www.wild4ever.com. And you talked about the bowling for the sun bears. Actually, I've been over the Akron Zoo. A lot of fun. The sun bears are there, I believe, if I recall correctly. And you've been Director of Veterinary Services out at the Akron Zoo for 25 years.
Just about 25 years now, the zoo's come a long way, and we always tell people if you haven't been out there in the last couple of years, you haven't been there. It's
a fantastic place to go. You're able to get up close to the animals at the Akron Zoo. It's obviously much smaller than maybe its neighbor to the north, but the interaction there is fantastic.
And this will be a good year. We've got a bunch of new animals coming in.
There's still a petting zoo, I think, for the kids to walk
lots
through.
of things to see. The jellyfish exhibit is really one of our star exhibits, and if you haven't got a chance to go through there, people will just really be amazed. And great collection of birds, flamingos, penguins. So
penguins are a favorite there. That's right.
A little something for everybody.
Now, as the Director of Veterinary Services, have you been involved? going out to foreign countries on behalf of the zoo, or how?
And really, what zoos are more about now in the wild is trying to support conservation in the wild, to allow those animal species to stay represented in the wild, not so they're just inside of a zoo. And with that, we spent many years going down to Venezuela working with some endangered species there, and our last project and our ongoing one now is in Cambodia. And so all these projects are involved working with the people, the native people there, and the people who are impacted by this, the conservation, to get them to run the programs and to just to help out. And we learn so much from them about the species then too, and create some education programs and some funding to help protect some of the land. So it's really a rewarding experience, and it's a big service when we can go out and work in these areas. And actually, in my case, for one to see some of the animals in the wild that we've been working with for a decade in conservation and captivity, and it's just such a thrill to actually see them in the wild. And when you do that, you realize they need to be in the wild. We need to preserve that area for them to always be there, and we'll use the ones in captivity as a teaching model and to show people just how great it is to have them in the world and to help protect them in the wild. So,
And last but not least, Dr. Riggs, you've got several veterinary clinics, and actually we're in your new Wadsworth clinic here, the Animal Clinic of Wadsworth, I think. How long did it take you to come up with that name?
Actually, it was an employee contest, and that's the one they came up with. My suggestions, I think, were shot down rather quickly.
I understand how that happens. Yes, indeed.
But I think it kind of says it all for us, and we're real excited to be here in Wadsworth. I in particular, myself, this is about
native,
2 blocks from where I grew up. So it's nice, and we're having a lot of fun here, and it's great. We do deal with a lot of exotics in our zoo world, and certainly some of my favorites are still dogs and cats. I'm a dog and cat owner, and that's something where I never wanted to give that up, and we really like that part of it with a community dog and cat practice, and so that's what we're doing.
Well, Dr. Riggs, an amazing resume there. So the Director of Veterinary Services at the Akron Zoo, the founder of the Wild Forever nonprofit. He appears on WAKR on the talk shows on Monday mornings if you've got a question for him. Or, again, if you're in the Wadsworth area, he's just opened the Animal Clinic of Wadsworth on West Street. So we want to thank you very much for your time, Dr. Riggs, and all your efforts with the nonprofit. And we want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm Medina County Auditor Michael Kovack, and this has been Community Connections.